Hey there riders, MotoJourno Chris here, and I'm going to have a really quick look at some of the stickers available from Yamaha for your MT-07 or FZ07. Now these are a really cool kind of addition to the bike, and obviously for most people they're just a styling exercise, which adds a little bit of bit of oomph to the bike. But the one thing to keep in mind with stickers like this is they're a high quality, quite large sticker, like quite thick sticker, and they will protect your bike from various damage and wear and tear, which in a lot of cases can really damage the surface of your tank, particularly on something like the MT-07, where it is a plastic tank and it's got, a relatively light layer of paint on it. So where you've got some bikes where they'll have a clear coated tank, that's not the case with the MT-07, because obviously it's got tank covers, it's not the actual tank itself that you're seeing there, and it's much easier to damage that kind of bodywork. And these will help kind of reduce the wear and tear, particularly from people touching the bike or riding the bike. Okay, so as you can see here, the first step is of course cleaning down the tank. Now I've already done it, and I have got my piece of tape there as basically a point of reference alongside the other 2 points of reference I'm going to be using. But very important to clean off the tank is you want that to basically get a good stick onto the tank, and it's going to be there for a long while. Otherwise you might find yourself having to purchase one of these all over again, which is a real shame for a simple job. And very much with this, the preparation is everything, particularly when it comes to getting the spacing right, getting it clean so it goes on in the one go, and then you've got nothing to worry about. So spend a little bit of time, give the tank a wash and then give it a degrease, get everything lined up, and then it's just as simple as putting that on and you'll be good to go. As you can see here, I've got the piece of tape as an additional point of reference, because the other point of reference is I want it to be equal here, and that will mean equal there, and then also equal down the bottom here. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is, with your points of reference, it's probably not going to be, perfectly looking down the bottom, because just the way the seat sits, particularly with the comfort seat on it at the moment, you've just got too many points of reference. But I've picked the ones that I'm happy with, and I'm going to stick that on. And as you'll note, you've got your kind of grippy part down here. The whole thing does offer a fair bit more grip. And now all it is a matter of doing is starting at one end and going from there. I definitely recommend just keeping a very small amount undone, so that's the point that once we've got it again lined up perfectly and we're really happy with that, we'll be able to stick it down, and then it's a matter of peeling the rest off. So again, like I said, this is a pretty simple job, but it's all in the attention to detail. And that also follows that contour of the tank up the top. Pretty happy with that. Hopefully we'll just keep this going on as we move down. Obviously with a clear one of these, you've got to be even more careful with air bubbles. But with this one, to me, that's pretty good. I think I've kind of maintained it in a similar position as hopefully the instructions show. So there we go. Very, very simple. I'll jump on the bike and give you a bit of a look. I was from a riding perspective, having a bit more grip here, which is offered by the texture of the plastic, would be good. Like if you're putting some grips on, like you'd put on a sports bike, you'd probably want to stick them on here. However, this is going to help protect the tank, which is important, and so that's where we've got them. And as you can see, hopefully, that's kind of the perfect position. One thing to keep in mind when you're degreasing the tank is that you don't want to use anything, you know, too strong, because there's not really a deep clear coat on this paint. This being a panel which goes over kind of a tank that's hidden inside, does mean that you don't have like that heavy clear coat that some bikes will have, which will protect it. With this, you know, something like some alcohol wipes or something, it's going to be perfect, or using a degreaser very, very lightly and just being quite careful. All right, and then we just make sure there's no air bubbles caught underneath. Give it a wipe down, remove the tape, and this is painter's tape, so it's not going to leave a residue. It's not going to, you know, leave anything that's going to be difficult to get off. It's kind of designed for this kind of thing, not exactly this kind of thing, but similar. Just make sure that none of the corners are not properly stuck down, and we're good to go. And as you can see, it's that kind of position. Most of your grip is realistically on this panel here, but you know, that's going to help protect the tank from unnecessary damage, I would say. You could probably move it a little bit in and closer to this bit here, but I don't know if there's going to be much benefit to that, all things considered. So if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to sub, hit that notification bell, leave you any comments below if you've got any questions at all. I'll do my best to answer them. As always, thanks for watching and stay safe out there.